Hey guys, what's going on? Thanks for checking into the channel today. Wanted to do a special video for you guys. If you're out there today shopping for a nice house in LA, give and take, you're looking at about $2 to $3 million. So I'm just gonna use a benchmark of $2.5 million for a property like this one. Now, if I was to finance a $2.5 million property in today's market, plus minus, you might want to know how much would my mortgage be and how much money would I actually have to make every single month to finance this beautiful property, live in LA like a rock star. So $2.5 million purchase price, down payment at 20% down means that I'm actually financing $2 million. 2.5 acquisition or purchase price, $500,000 down payment, $2 million loan amount. You're with me so far? Excellent. Now, to finance $2 million, you might ask yourself, approximately plus minus, what would a payment like that look like? Well, I could tell you that it's approximately $10,000 a month, and that's only for the principal and the interest. You see, when you purchase a property, there is an amortized payment, meaning that if you have a payment that you pay down every single month as opposed to an interest-only payment where you're only paying the interest and the balance will never go down. So we're going to account for principal and interest being $10,000 plus minus on that $2 million mortgage, okay? Then you have property taxes. Property taxes are calculated at 1.25%, which means that it's roughly $2,600 in property taxes every single month, and that does not go away. Keep that in mind. Now, the last piece of the puzzle is the insurance, and the insurance is calculated roughly at 0.3% of the loan amount, which in this case is approximately $500, which means that if you purchase a property in LA today for $2.5 million and you have a $2 million mortgage, likely that your payment is right around $13,000. Now, if your payment is $13,000, you might wonder, how much money do I actually have to make to sustain a $13,000 payment? Well, that's a great question. And the answer is approximately $365,000 a year for an average of 2 years, because that kind of a loan amount is jumbo financing, and in jumbo financing, you have to average an income over a period of 2 years. So it doesn't help an individual to make $360,000 this year. You actually have had to make $360,000 consistently over the past 2 years. Now I'm gonna add a couple more things. Number one, I'm assuming you have no other obligations financially, meaning that there's no other car payment, credit card payment, you haven't co-signed for anything, there's no student loans. This is basically a stripped down version of using your income to qualify for housing at approximately 43% of what you bring home. Now, I'm gonna take it one step further. Let's say that you wanted a fancy G-Wagon like this one that's gonna be parked in your driveway of your new fancy home. What do? How much money is that, and how much money do you actually have to make now to be able to afford that fancy house and that fancy car? Well, we already know you need to make $365,000 a year to be able to afford that house, assuming you're putting down 20%, which is $500,000. Now, if you were to get a G-Wagon with a payment of approximately $2,500 a month. Now, G-Wagons vary. I don't know the exact payment amount. However, let's just assume that the payment is $2,500 a month. Now, how much money do you actually have to make to qualify for financing? By adding the $2,500 payment, okay, to your already $13,000 mortgage, you're now roughly at about $15,500 every month, monthly liability, which means that if you needed to qualify for both the house and the car put together, you're looking at you're looking at approximately $435,000 worth of income averaged over a period of 2 years. So here is my tip to you. If you were gonna buy this fancy house and you still wanted to get this fancy car, I would highly recommend that you first get the house, qualify for it before you go out and you get more significant debt on a fancy vehicle. This way you can use less income to qualify and potentially pay less taxes as well. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll catch you on the next video. Take care.